Что ж, всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами снова ИгроМяк, и мы вернулись в Deus Ex Human Revolution. Ну и, собственно, сам наш друг Адам возвращается в главное здание. Ну, как вы помните, у нас не очень хорошо вышло с заданием, у нас заложник погиб, зато мы никого не убили, что очень даже хорошо.
New orders just in, Jensen. The boss wants Pritchard to examine the Typhoon ASAP.
Copy that. Thanks for the lift.
No problem. Hey, and Jensen, I just wanted to say, new look suits you. Like you haven't missed a beat
О,
at
да,
all.
я себе тоже нравлюсь.
So, how's it feel? Being augmented.
Excuse me?
Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I've got a few neuro enhancements myself. Discreet ones to help me fly better. But I chose to get them implanted. You didn't. Now that you had a chance to try them out, what do you think?
You're right. I didn't choose to get augmented. And I still don't know if I would have if given the choice. But today felt good. Surprisingly good.
Dr. Reed said you'd take to them. Said it was in your genes. Just be careful, okay? A lot of people think there's a reason the human body rejects this technology over time.
I didn't peg you for the type who gets caught up in metaphysical debates, Malik.
I'm not. I told you myself, I've got neuro enhancements. I'm just saying the choices we do get to make inevitably have consequences.
Yeah. Tell that to the bastard who did this to me.
I hear you. And you know what? You're not the only person in this place who wants to find him. So if I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Seraph is not pleased.
Ну да, мне кажется, что это очень подозрительно.
What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew what had hit us...
They were gone.
Whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
Почему молодцы?
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin,
О, Василий Шевченко.
The labs their bodies were
Блин, я как-то это не замечал раньше.
I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack was just to destroy Megan's research.
Sure looks that way. Mr. Seraph is hoping to reconstruct it, but it may take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
Так, ну вроде все, мы обо всем узнали, теперь можно уходить.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab, right? See you later then. Oh, and Jensen, the boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
Ну что, мы узнали все, что хотели, теперь можно валить. Только надо немножко пошариться, может, что здесь найдем. Хотя, мы в прошлый раз здесь лазили и ни хрена. Там, по-моему, закрыто, да? Ну да, здесь не войти. Так. Валим нам. Это какой нахрен делит? Так, тут ничего. Блин, вот главное, в том кафетерии, в котором мы были на задании, было дохренище всего, а тут только газетенка какая-то. Так, Причард, по-моему, сюда. Здорово.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and SCSI adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
Ворчливый хрен.
Oh, and by the way, Jensen, I know you've gone through a lot of physical changes of late, but you didn't become a woman. Stay out of the ladies' restroom.
Блин, да подумаешь, один раз забежал. Думал, там что-нибудь интересное есть. У тебя сопруг засранец. Вот он еще не предъявил все-таки кидать. Ты смотри, еще что-нибудь сопруг. Вон батончик, например. Так, вроде бы все. Здесь никаких еще батончиков нету. Второй рейтинг безопасности, а у меня, по-моему, для него нет до уровня. Ну да. Надо будет прокачать. Так, ладно, надо к боссу загонять. А потом надо найти какого-нибудь продавца, чтобы скинуть ему все барахло. А то у меня очень много. Но вот это вот я ни в коем случае не собираюсь никому продавать. Эта штука очень нужная. Я бы с удовольствием купил как раз таки еще один праксис.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him at Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Can't hurt to get a checkup.
О, по-моему, как раз таки в этой клинике можно купить еще праксис.
Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
You asked me to deal with the situation, and that's what I did.
I see. I'm also starting to see why your superiors in the police force decided to blame you for the Mexican town riots. Christ, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money they threaten to pull from their retirement.
Пенсионный фонд. Нормально.
Well, maybe they didn't like being held off so long at the plant.
Is that my head of security speaking? Or the ex-cop? Listen, Adam, I don't want to squabble about this. I need you to get to the bottom of it. You've still got
Вот у
friends
него
in the
жакет
force.
слегка угловатый.
You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
You got it.
Так. Блин, осталось немного до еще одного уровня. Так, а чем бы тебя можно впереть, друг мой? Это наверняка здесь есть что-нибудь. Что-то пока как-то ни хрена. Ну, как газетенка, но мне она как-то не особо нужна.
That hacker's not gonna be sitting still for long. Get over to the station and find a way inside.
Блин, как-то обидно, что у него тут нет ни хренашеньки. Ну ладно, чё, валим. О, подруга, у тебя может есть что?
Adam, were you just speaking to David? I didn't know he'd finished his
Ой,
call.
что
Is
это за
everything
бабулька? Раньше
okay?
вроде
As well
помоложе
as can
была.
be expected.
Right, like I know what that means anymore. The phone's been ringing off the hook ever since Bill Taggart's little press conference this evening.
Taggart. Sarah was speaking about him when I walked in. What's the founder of the Humanity Front saying about us now?
Oh, he's all sincere this time, denouncing all the violence that's been committed against us, offering to come here in person to express his
Ну да,
deepest
политика, политика.
sympathies.
Right.
Странная
No wonder
политика.
the boss seems grumpy.
Can you blame him? If it were up to Luddites like Taggart, you would have died on that operating table. The problem is, he knows how to play on people's fears.
Tampering with human biology can be pretty scary.
Tell that to all the war ants whose lives have been improved because of it. But if Taggart has his way, if he can sway popular opinion enough, then the United Nations will be forced to take a stand. Mark my words. That man is trouble.
Ну да, в общем-то. Глупо как раз таки так делать. Да, может быть, эти протезы, они по большей части идут к различным структурам, но, блин, все равно огромное количество людей, у которых просто-напросто отсутствуют конечности, это для них шанс на новую жизнь. С полнофункциональным набором новых рук, ног, глаз, ушей. В общем, чего только можно. А тут, блядь, чистота человечества. Опа. Интересно, детский пляж. По-моему, понадобился. Так, это значит на третьем этаже. Так. Ну-ка, кто-то меня хочет. Кто-то меня очень сильно хочет. О. Тим Карелла.
Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some
Так это
neuropathy
их,
from one of the
походу, дело
labs.
был.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the
Помните, вон в
company chooses to
вентиляции как раз
prosecute.
шарились, там
What were
нашли
you thinking?
нейропозин
I
на кучу.
know, it's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam.
Ах вот
I need that
скотина,
footage back.
нехороший человек.
I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Так,
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his apartment, on his computer maybe.
ну это уже в
So
городе,
what?
значит.
I just look him up in the phone book.
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate
Ну
path.
тут
Maybe
прямо
use the
намек,
fire
что мне
escape or
надо
something.
прокачивать хакерские способности.
And I should care about this because...
Damn, Adam. Are you really going to shake me down like this? That's cold. I'm hurting here. Look, I may be able to get my hands on a weapon mod for you. Jeez, never thought I'd have to buy
Блин,
your
ну
help.
модификация это хорошо.
Pretty ballsy stealing a patented drug from a secure lab. How'd you manage to do it?
Both Tyndall and I worked the night shift every other week. I stashed the neuropacine in a bag while he edited the security footage. Guess he kept part of it.
Neuropazine. What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients? Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
How about Tyndall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tyndall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You'd need a Casey aug or something to crack him.
Casey?
Social enhancer. It's an augmentation designed to read people's reactions and behavioral patterns. Higher end series even allows you to directly influence people. With
Кстати,
pheromones.
да. Тоже очень нужная штука. В переговорах понадобится.
Alright. Tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
Вот реально сейчас, по сути, у меня есть целых две ветки, которые надо прокачать. Это, собственно, наша старая добрая Касси, которая позволяет переговор... Опа. Так. Это по ходу дела... Да-да-да, это вот по этому заданию как раз. Ладно, разберемся. Вот, и второе, это надо прокачивать мои, собственно, хакерские способности. Они мне очень сильно будут нужны.
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
Так, ну тут я был, тут, по-моему, все собрал. Так что можно сваливать. По сути, у нас сейчас два задания. Это проникнуть в эту квартирку, но это дополнительно, и попасть, если я не ошибаюсь, в клинику, чтобы провериться, и там как раз можно купить нейропозин. Вот, нейропозин. Праксис. Так, ну тут ничего нету, так что валим. Погнали.
Mrs. Reed?
Adam, I'm sorry you startled me.
Не успел выйти уже к этому
Call
даму.
me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. This is where you work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
I know what you mean. It's never been the same for me either.
I guess it's not meant to be easy. It seems there's just no right way to deal with something like this. And I can't even begin to imagine how things have been for you after all you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm glad to know you take it so
Терминатор на минималках.
well. Many of us wouldn't be able to cope so easily with such traumatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more?
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. I can see why she loved you. Not even that degree of mechanical modification could change what she saw in you. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
Блин, конечно же я узнаю, что случилось.
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself.
Даже не какая-то скажем так, бездушная сволочь. Я и спрашиваю, как у нее про награду не очень.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court.
О,
I'll be waiting for you
а это как раз там же, где и этот
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a
Он тоже
security guard?
Oh,
хренов.
he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Так. Собственно, что нам дальше делать?
Hey, you
С
seem
вами не
nice and all,
пообщаться,
but
да? И с вами хрен пообщаешься. Где тут ничего тайны не валяется?
I guess you don't have any tattoos.
It's not the same. You don't need to.
You believe it? We had the place around. You're
Ну-ка, с вами...
I got
Нет,
nothing
с вами
to say
тоже
to
не
you.
делать.
Listen, I got no time to waste on you. You believe it? We had the place around.
Блин, я так хотел в него кинуть. Охреневшая тефтерина. Еще и копаюсь по этим по всем. О. Прикольно.
You like baseball?
Так,
Can't believe this whole
а есть здесь где-нибудь...
I know, and that guy Taggart. Any idea what they're calling for weather-wise?
Где здесь магазин?
You ever get the feeling you're being watched?
Да, конечно, бывает, особенно когда я на задании. Ой, чуть не пропустил.
Nothing personal, but I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Парковка. Бляха-муха. А из этих ничего собрать нельзя? Нет.
Well, shit. If it ain't the captain himself.
Это кто?
Mr. Seraph done fixed you up good, ain't he? Give you new set of glasses and everything. Damn.
How you doing, Letitia?
Didn't think I'd see
Они
you walking
знакомы?
this boulevard anytime soon. That's for sure. Not after what happened 6 months ago. People said you's down for the count.
People tend to underestimate me.
You and me both, Captain. You and me both. You got any credits you could spare?
Так. О,
Here. It's not credits, but
Mighty kind, Captain. Mighty kind.
спасибо.
how about you give me some information, and then we'll see.
Oh, damn, Captain. You ain't no cop no more. Why you gotta insist on using them rules?
Because it's my money this time, not the department's. You want it, you better give me something that's worth it.
Yeah, I guess. So what you wanna know?
You've always had a good feel for this city, Tish. What's the mood on the street these days?
Oh, things ain't looking good, Captain. People losing their jobs, their homes, locking everything they own into those garage door storage units around town, hoping nobody breaks in and steals stuff. Mr. Seraph gonna save us? He better do it soon.
Or what?
Not sure. Just feels like this whole city's waiting to explode, especially in the alleys behind the gas station. Most of the time, you's fine walking there, long as you don't cause no trouble. But you do something wrong, well, cops and punks both trigger happy these days.
It's been a while since I walked the beat. Where would a less than exemplary citizen go these days if he needed to acquire some
Ой,
unlicensed
как раз продать
firepower?
можно.
Well, now, I hear there might be a gun seller or two around town. But an adventuring man, especially one fixed with some of them fancy techno-limbs Mr. Seraph makes, he might be able to acquire a few more if he's willing to go the extra mile.
Так. Блин, ну ладно.
You're almost busting the bank, Tish. This better be worth it.
Well, now, what I suggesting here ain't exactly legal. And you being an
А
ex-cop
мне
and
как
all,
раз в полицейский участок и надо.
don't take this the wrong way, but everybody knows the best weapons in towns are locked up inside the police station.
Yes, and that would be very helpful if I were still a cop. But I'm not. So I don't have
О,
the
только не
computer
говоришь, что
codes
ты не
needed to
его
open the
дашь.
armory's door.
Yes, but Tish here does. I overheard two rookies discussing it while I was warming myself by the trash can fire and back of the station. They was bad-mouthing that new boy Officer Nicefield for choosing patriotism as a password. Said it was no wonder he was being fast-tracked, whatever that means.
Да уж. А что еще?
Fine, I'll bite. Tell me about this extra mile.
You hear about the protest at Lim today? The one ass was about to get all violent till Mr. Sarah's factory stole all the news.
What about it?
Rumor has it, somebody wanted to make sure it got to Miss Eliza's attention. Maybe had a shooter in a high place somewhere, looking down on the Lim Plaza, aiming to turn things up a notch. Didn't happen, cause the factory, but you never know. They might have left something.
Против клиники протест.
You hear about the protest at Lim today?
Не-не-не, это уже не надо.
Rumor has it, some...
Так, ну и последнее.
Shit, Captain, that all you got? I was you. I'd look for some bright lights coming out of the windows of
она
the
еще и
gas
недовольна.
station nearby.
Ей 3500 отдал.
Bodyguard maybe hanging around.
Так, ладно.
I might need to do a little trespassing soon. Maybe get inside some places where I'd rather not be seen going in.
You being kind of vague, Cap, but maybe it's best I don't know the Pacifics.
You got that right.
What I do know, though, is that most people tend to look down, not up. And even when looking down, they don't necessarily think about what's under their feet. If a person ain't too squeamish about getting dirty, they might be able to get inside one of the more sensitive areas in the city. Especially if they arm themselves ahead of time with the right information.
Я и так у тебя купил все, что только мог. Ну ладно, потом тогда.
I think I've got all the information I need right now, Tish. Maybe next time.
I'll be right here waiting for you, Captain.
Так. Что нам дальше? Что нам дальше? Здесь 0. Блин. Одни и те же газеты, ну их нафиг. Так. А собственно там у нас что? О, у меня один процесс есть, блин. Блин, стоимость активации H2. Твою-то дивизию. Дорого. Вот клиника протеста, это как раз она и есть. Блин, мне сейчас туда сходить, но у меня денег нет. Так. Ну-ка сюда сгоняем, может быть, что есть. Дом детектива Чейза. Расследование убийства. А, ну это вот как раз мои задания. А здесь все закрыто все? А, это значит только здесь закрыто, да? Надо было сюда. А ты вообще где? Да ладно вам. Ну что, тебя вырубить что ли?
Turn around, Ark. This doesn't concern you.
Anyone there?
No, who's there? Keep your eyes on him.
Ну хоть деньги у вас сопрут, сволочи какие.
I said turn around and leave. Last chance. Yo,
Ой, вы чё? Вы охренели? Ну зашибись. Пацаны, у вас там чё? Патроны бесконечные, что ли? Не понял. Ай-яй-яй. У меня как назло еще и нет ни хрена. А чё? Упс. Ай-яй-яй. Собака, еще один остался. Да. А энергия восстанавливается медленно. О, блин. Ты чё? Охренеть. Чё он дергается? Бляха-муха. Так. Жалко, что пришлось придурка убить. А что уж поделать? Идиоты. Ну что уж поделать? Зачем они что-то делали? Ну ладно, покажемся по вентиляции. О! Прикольно. Тайничок нашел. И до праксиса осталось чуть-чуть. Да. Как-то неудобно вышло. Надо оружие убрать и валить отсюда. А эти вообще по боку. Там была стрельба, шум, гам. А эти стоят. Лошпедины кривые. Так. И метаморфозов. Детройт Опера Хаус. Никогда не видел оперы, там слишком нудно. О. А вот и наш дорогой продавец. Очень хорошо.
Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
Так, транквилизаторную винтовку, вот снайперку. Да, наверное, снайперку продам. Увеличение урона не буду. Парализующий пистолет, дротики. Таких я еще стою дофига. Револьверные патроны. Так, патрон для снайперки тоже продаем. Пиво, червяки. Вот это мне точно не понадобится. Вот, теперь 5, хотя бы праксис еще не смогу купить. Что купить я тебе могу? В смысле? А, вот, я не то нажал. Так, увеличение урона, Burst Round System. Что это? А, ну для дрободаша. Он как раз дробовик. Автоматическое отпирающее устройство. А, не особо. Так. Ну-ка, у вас тут ничего нету, что можно взять. По ходу дела нет. Ну, главное, смогли все продать, что не надо. И освободили гору места. Только по нему еще парализующий пистолет. Но как-то все не очень. Кстати, виски, наверное, я тогда зря бахнул. Можно было бы отдать этой нашей знакомой. Ой, еще одну пиво зато. Так. Клинику, наверное, сгоняем. Там сразу сейчас получим, наверное, 2 праксиса. Один купим. И один залупим.
Mr. Jensen, David Seraph told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
It's been 6 months, Doc. Shouldn't I be on neuropozyne shots by now?
One would think, but these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrodes seems to be getting stronger.
So I'm free to go?
Well, Mr. Seraph did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account. Your brain needed time to recover, to get used to the mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally over time.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Seraph want?
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
You can, if you prefer. But Mr. Seraph did make a generous donation to LIM in your name, thus ensuring that Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
Так, наверное, надо посмотреть. О, откуда 10 тысяч? Хотя... Steam. Ну это лекалка. А это полностью устанавливается на таблетке, да? И Praxis. Все, дополнительно 2 очка.
Very well, Mr. Jensen. Use it in good health.
Все, прокачался на будь здоров. Так, сразу же надо раскидаться. Специальный корректор сразу берем. Блин, не туда. Так, и что нам еще? Что нам еще? Нам нужно взлом. Так, вот он. Раз и 2. Сейчас, чертовой матери, все взломаем там. Так. Сходили. Что дальше? Ну это расследование. Так. По побочкам надо будет загонять. Что-то нужно.
Wow.
Так,
Sorry,
сюда
I
мы
was
не
just
пойдем.
looking at that scar on your head. I've never been under anesthesia before. Is it true they stop your heart and machine does your breathing? More or less.
Что можно взять? Что можно найти? Так. Ох. То, что надо мне. Так, больше ничего нет? Костюмов каких-нибудь. Так. Вроде бы все. Можно убегать.
You've got to look at
Did you get that before or
augmentation
after the
surgery as an
surgery?
investment.
Так. Все исследовали.
Protesting is not against the law.
People see conspiracies.
Go on in.
everywhere.
Sarah.
They're saying that Lim's
Так.
Adam, are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam, if you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
Так. Ну, пока что нам не особо интересно, нам на главную идти. Побочкой более, так сказать, нужны.
Yo, you
What
look
you
like
need,
the man
player?
who knows where to find that
Cause I know where you can cop some
upgrade
goods.
weapons, stuff
If
like
you want
that.
some, Grayson hooked me up with some real tight
Это
merch.
дом детектива Чейза,
Bug lovers
да,
get in my face now. I'm ready to pop.
не, все нормально.
Hello there.
Консьерж.
Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came down to close the case, the bulk of the evidence was stashed in a storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
You said an outside agency may have tampered with a storage locker. What did you mean by that?
Well, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase. What are you not telling me?
Damn it! Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative, but I can't think of a nice outcome to that.
А попробуем. Чё? Так, ну он бэт, так что...
You're the good guy, the honest cop. In a police flick, you'd be the straight arrow. You know deep down you want to do what's right. That safe code could mean a lot.
Don't paint me as a hero, Jensen. I'm a regular guy. But you're right, though. I always tried to do the right thing. The code is 7196. But do me a favor. Can you at least try to hack the damn thing before punching in the code? If I'm lucky, it'll be enough to throw them off.
Понял, попробую.
You have to help Mrs. Reed find out more about her daughter.
Хотя, ладно, все равно мне особо интересно, так что можно уходить. А вот похариться по зданию можно. Здесь есть что-нибудь? Нету ни хрена. Ёп. Так, здесь. Как-то здесь все слишком. Так. Так, опа. Забрали как раз еще и этот. Чаечка. Вообще хорошо. Так, это, наверное, квартира Чейза. И информацию у него получили, может быть, сейчас что-нибудь полезное заберем. Вот такое чувство, будто он какой-то бомж. Ни хрена нет. Если что, я действую по наитию. Я не знал, что тут есть что-то. Вот только сейчас поднять его. Нормально. Ну-ка, что тут? Часть и кредиты. Да, кредиты это надо. Набрал ученого. Блин. Тут тоже нет ничего. Все, валим отсюда. Черт, я только сейчас понял, что у меня всего лишь один патрон в пистолете. Это немножко жестко.
Don't be listening to me and my crew. Somebody might think you're a narc.
Word to the wise, handsome. Don't go strange.
Maybe those purity first nuts.
I broke my leg 10 years ago.
Вас ни хрена не думаю, да, господа? Ломаем все. Опыт нам всегда нужен. А, блин, бомба. Фу. Успел. Чуть не отделался. Я думал, это труп. Ну, не зря сюда пошел. И денег получил, ломанул. Так, а здесь у нас что? Где у нас карта? А, это дом Тиндала. Ну, пора тырить. Так, здесь у нас это ни хрена. А здесь нет ничего больше. На второй этаж подниматься. Нет, так ломанул. Чё? Так. Ага. И готово. Все. Фигня вопрос. Новости не особо интересные. Ну, этих коробок здесь до хрена. Да и вся его квартира какая-то бомжатская, ни хрена нет. Ладно. Ага. Опа. Это что? Его дробовик. Мужик, иди сюда, пожалуйста. Мне очень нужен... Мне очень нужен твой дробовик. Ну-ка, чё он? Ну, психуйте, не психуйте, но психанули. Ну, как глянем, что у нас здесь. Не, как раз сюда. Квартирка тут еще есть. Что-то они все какие-то были первоуровневые. Я думал, что будет сложнее. И так. Ну-ка, ломаем. И все? Ну хоть пистолет можно забрать. Стоп. Всего лишь один пистолетный патрон? Вы издеваетесь? О, тут вообще 4-й уровень. Ну да, я не смогу его выломать. А может и смогу. Нет, честно, я не знал, что там код находится. Блин, меня излом нажал. Опа. Ай-яй-яй. Ну, хоть не попало. Все? Фу. Капец, жесть. Стрелы для арбалета. Тут еще и арбалет есть? Да, ну нафиг. Капец, жесть. Чуть не сдох. Так. Собственно, что делать? Ладно, все равно попыток много. Быстрее. Не успею я этот собрать. Что делать? О! Там, зашибись. Помалили. А мы просто взломали. Первый уровень это не сложно. Так, быстро. Вот и все. Ну это то же самое. Для жильцов. Мне особо не интересно, что там делают все эти сволочи. А вот это мне интересно. Класс. Так, а здесь нет еще одной квартиры, которую можно ломануть. Нет. Ладно, поднимаемся наверх. Пятый рейтинг, да ну нах. Бляха-муха, это обидно даже. Может еще лучше что-нибудь есть. Кстати, на будущее надо будет взять еще и кара. Штука вообще замечательная, я мог бы просто-напросто отсюда спрыгнуть. Так, надо запомнить, что вот здесь вот есть квартирка с 5 уровнем допуска. Точнее, с 5 уровнем безопасности, да. Ну ладно, я думаю, на этом мы сегодня закончим. Если вам понравилось это видео, ставьте лайк, комментируйте и подписывайтесь на канал. С вами был ИгроМяк. До скорой встречи. Пока.
talking is